Okay, let me ask you something. Do you ever find yourself looking at a task, maybe something important, and thinking, you know what, I'll do it tomorrow?
Oh, definitely. And then tomorrow comes.
And you say the exact same thing, right? It's that cycle.
It really is. And look, that feeling, that putting things off thing we call procrastination, it's incredibly common.
So common. It affects pretty much everyone at some point, even, super successful people.
Absolutely. It's a universal human thing, this sort of resistance to just starting and the mental weight of it. Wow, it can really build up.
Yeah, when those tasks just pile up in your head.
Exactly.
And that's precisely why we're doing this deep dive today. We want to tackle this head on.
Right. Our mission really is to pull out some practical, actionable steps.
Things you can actually do. And importantly, things that won't just add more stress, right?
That's key.
Yeah.
We're drawing from a really neat guide for this one. It's called Ending Procrastination: 7 Practical Steps to Action.
And it focuses on beating procrastination without stress. I like that part.
Me too. It gets straight to the point with some very concrete strategies, things you can try, like today.
So stick with us because you're going to get some solid tools, some new ways of thinking to help you move from just thinking about doing something
To actually getting it done.
Exactly. So let's unpack it. The source material, it basically defines procrastination as that loop we talked about. I'll do it tomorrow, rinse and repeat.
And what it stresses, which I think is so helpful, is that everyone deals with this. It kind of normalizes it.
Yeah, it's not some personal failing.
Right. It's not about being lazy. It's just a common tendency maybe to avoid something uncomfortable or tricky. Understanding that is often, well, step 1.
That makes a lot of sense. Okay, so strategy number 1 from the guide. It sounds almost too simple, but it's powerful. Start with something small.
The tiny steps approach.
Yes. The idea is you harness the power of just minuscule actions. You don't need to finish the whole thing. Seriously, you don't.
Just begin.
Just begin. Like the guide suggests, maybe write just one sentence of that report.
Or wash one dish. Do one push-up. Whatever it is.
Why is that so effective, though? It feels almost trivial.
Well, it tackles what psychologists sometimes call activation energy. Our brains, they naturally want to conserve energy, right?
Sure.
So a big, scary task looks like this huge energy drain, and we freeze.
Paralysis.
But committing to just one tiny thing, writing one sentence, that feels like almost no energy.
Okay, so it lowers the barrier right down.
Practically to zero. And once you've done that tiny thing, you've started. Momentum often kicks in after that.
And there's a great little mantra that goes with this. Done is better than perfect.
Oh, that's huge.
It really is. It's not just about finishing quickly. It's about fighting that perfectionism that often causes the procrastination in the first place.
Exactly. Perfectionism can be like a sneaky form of fear, right? Fear of not being good enough. So you just don't start. By aiming for done, not perfect, you break free. You can always improve it later, but you have to start. It builds confidence, too.
It really does. Okay, so you've taken that tiny step. How do you keep it going? Strategy 2. Set a timer, the 5-minute rule.
The classic 5-minute rule. I love this one.
It's all about breaking that initial inertia, isn't it? That feeling of being stuck.
Totally. It's a bit of a psychological trick you play on yourself. You just tell your brain, look, we only have to do this for 5 minutes.
Just 5 minutes. That sounds doable.
It feels so small that your brain doesn't put up its usual fight. And the funny thing is,
What happens?
often, once you're 5 minutes in, you just keep going. You realize the hardest part was just getting started.
It's like warming up an engine.
Exactly. A body in motion tends to stay in motion. It leverages that principle perfectly.
Okay, so you're moving. Now, how do you make sure you stay on track? Strategy 3 is crucial. Remove distractions.
Yes. Creating that focus bubble.
The guide is very direct here. Phone, put it away, somewhere else.
TV, off. No background noise.
It seems obvious, but why is this so much more powerful than just trying to ignore things?
Because of something called context switching cost. Every time you glance at your phone or check an email or even hear a notification.
Your brain has to shift gears.
Completely.
Right.
And that shift drains mental energy. It's exhausting and super inefficient. So by removing those temptations entirely, you let your brain actually settle into the task. Deep work.
And the guide mentions even just 15 minutes of that kind of focus.
Can be incredibly productive.
Yeah.
And honestly, it feels really good afterward. Satisfying.
It really does. You feel like you actually accomplished something solid. Okay, next strategy. This one, I think, tackles overwhelm. Make a to-do list with only 3 tasks.
Right. Not the endless scroll of doom.
Exactly. Why do those massive lists often backfire?
Well, think about it. You write down 25 things you have to do. How does that feel?
Instantly stressful. Like, I'm already failing.
Precisely. It
Yeah.
feels impossible before you even start. So the guide says, look, just pick three important things for today.
Just 3.
It makes the list feel manageable, achievable. It helps you focus on what actually matters instead of just busy work. Cuts down that overwhelm.
And I like this part. It encourages you to actually celebrate when you finish those 3.
Yeah. Like acknowledge it. Hey, I did those things. Great job.
It turns it positive instead of just moving on to the next guilt-inducing item on a never-ending list.
And that flows beautifully into the next one. Strategy 5. Create a done list.
Okay, so this is different from a to-do list. How does it work?
Instead of focusing on what you still need to do, at the end of the day, you actively write down what you did accomplish.
Shifting the focus completely.
Completely. It's about recognizing your progress. Our brains have this negativity bias sometimes, right?
Yeah.
We focus on what's missing.
True.
The done list combats that directly. You see a concrete record of your wins, big or small.
And that builds momentum for tomorrow.
Absolutely. Fosters pride, boosts motivation. You see the proof that you are making progress.
I like that. Okay, linking into motivation, strategy 6 is all about use rewards.
Leveraging that positive reinforcement. Our brains love rewards.
So the idea is you promise yourself something small but immediate after you finish a task.
Exactly. Small and immediate is key. The guide gives examples like make your favorite cup of tea,
Or watch one episode of that show you like.
or maybe call a friend for a quick chat. Something genuinely pleasant.
How does that work on the brain?
Well, it taps into our dopamine system. Doing the task leads to a nice feeling, a reward. So your brain starts to associate finishing tasks with pleasure.
So you're kind of training your brain to want to complete things.
Pretty much. It's a simple, ethical way to build good habits. Task completion, happy brain.
Okay, makes sense. Now the final strategy, number 7. And this one feels maybe the most profound. Be kind to yourself.
Oh, absolutely crucial. Self-compassion.
It's about acknowledging that this is a process, right? You're learning.
Yes. The guide puts it really well. You are human. Some days you'll be tired. Some days you'll be slow.
And that's okay.
That's totally okay. So often, we make procrastination worse by beating ourselves up about it,
Adding guilt and shame to the mix.
which just creates more resistance. It's counterproductive.
So the guide suggests a reframe,
A really powerful one. Instead of thinking, ugh, I'm so lazy,
which is such a common thought.
try saying, I'm learning, or I'm improving, or simply, I'm trying. Because you are.
That feels much lighter, more constructive.
It is. That self-compassion allows you to keep going without getting crushed by setbacks. It acknowledges that progress isn't always linear. That's normal.
Wow. Okay. That's a lot of really practical stuff. So bringing it all together for you listening, procrastination, yeah, it's common. We all face it.
But this deep dive shows it's definitely manageable. It's not about suddenly becoming perfect.
No, it's about these small, smart, deliberate actions, using a bit of psychology to help yourself along.
And you don't need to implement all 7 strategies tomorrow morning. That would be overwhelming in itself.
Right. The guide itself suggests just picking one, try one thing.
Maybe it's the 5-minute rule for that task you're dreading. Or maybe just writing down 3 things for your to-do list tomorrow.
Or maybe it's just practicing that self-kindness piece we just talked about.
Exactly. Remember that part. Focus on learning, on improving step by step, not on some impossible standard of perfection.
Every little action really does add up over time. Consistency is key.
So maybe think about this after listening. What is the absolute smallest next step you could take? Like right now or later today?
Could it be writing just that one sentence?
Setting that 5-minute timer for something.
Or maybe just planning to write down one thing you accomplished today on a done list tonight?
Whatever it is, make it tiny.
Remember, you don't need to be perfect. Just take that one small step. Honestly, you've got this.